Hello, everyone. We are sitting here at St. Mark's United Church of Christ with the Reverend Dr. John Manzo, and we're about to go check out the soup kitchen and clothes closet that they have going on here in New Albany.
Our clothes closet opens at 11:30, and it's from 11:30 to 1. But we give away free clothing every Saturday. We've had times where people donated coats or we've purchased coats, and we've used grant money to buy blankets. We have multiple blanket giveaways during the year.
But you're able to keep that pretty well stocked every week.
Yes, it's almost like I keep thinking it's sort of the miracle of the multiplication of the shirts. It happens all the time.
Can you tell me a little bit about the population that you service with this program?
The population that we service with that program, I would say, are largely working poor.
So where are we now?
This is our fellowship hall, which is our soup kitchen. And what happens is when the doors open at 11:30, people start coming to the clothes closet. Some of them, after they are shopping at the clothes closet, come over here for lunch, or some of the people are just coming directly for lunch. And they come in, and at noon we start serving them. And we serve till 1 o'clock. So
there's a bunch of volunteers. There are a lot of people who know this is going on and want to help people in their own community. So that's a very good sign.
So I'm here with Lane, who's a volunteer here, and I've known Lane for 100 years. Lane got married at this church. He was the first of my marriage clients that I ever saw get married, and I was very excited about that. But he volunteers here. He was actually the architect of some of the stuff we saw over there, and we were just talking about how they managed to do that architecture work for the church and still stay a member of the church, which I guess is apparently
But he retired.
Rare.
He retired immediately and said, no more, no
It
more.
effectively ended his career, but he's still a member of the church, so that's a good thing.
First of all, here at St. Mark's, the soup kitchen we have on Saturdays, anybody can come in, no matter how rich or poor you are, to come get a meal. I also volunteer for the Homeless Coalition, which a lot of our soup kitchen guests here come to. We have a white flag shelter when the weather's really cold. And I think people think of homeless people, they're sort of invisible. And when you see a homeless person or a panhandler, whatever you want to call it, people turn their heads. They pretend they don't exist. So they're sort of invisible, or they think of them as these faceless, ghosty people walking around with no identities. Well, they have identities. Anybody who's been at some kind of turning point in your life, and you look back, I made that decision. It was good or bad. If I had made the other, where would I be? I might be there. And I can blame myself or the circumstances that let myself do that. So we just do not judge anybody, accept them on their circumstances that they have right now. And you know what? If somebody has one friendly face or one friendly word or a little bit of nourishment one day, that might change their lives. I don't know. I get so frustrated hearing about cuts and so forth. And the numbers. Well, I want to hear them talk about the human beings and not the numbers. How hard is it for you and I to just even deal with the insurance, with paying all kinds of things that we have to deal with? Mm-hmm. Well, we hopefully have our mental capacities there and our resources to be able to deal with life in modern society. A lot of people simply don't have that.
We're both on the same white flag board, and our church has a team that has stayed overnight, when we do the white flag shelters. Doing it, the first time you do it, is life-changing. You see somebody coming in and it's 12 degrees outside, and you're providing them a place to stay for the night, and they're out of the cold. I'll never forget one guy who said he had spent the last 3 nights. And this was the cold spell in December. It was like the coldest part of the winter was in December. And the guy had told me he'd spent 3 nights in the woods leaning against a tree, and was using the tree for warmth.
My friend here is Gary, and Gary has come here to get a meal and I think to get some clothes. And so what is your story, Gary?
I'm here. I'm living on the streets as a homeless person, an advocate for homeless people. Need a shelter. People need the basic. We're all taught food, shelter, clothing, get off the street. St. Mark's helps out with that. But the homeless need a shelter where they can come in each night, be safe, get up in the morning, have food and clean, go to work, get a job, where to go. You might not want to hear this, but Haven House needs to be closed down. It's hurting homeless. It's illegal. It's unfit for human people to live there. They take money from the people that live there. That's how they have an employee. So the homeless system become almost overpowering a lot of people. They're not used to it. Back in the day, it's just people who had severe alcohol problems or something like this. Today, there's a lot of children, families that are homeless, and so
People are working, right? I mean,
yeah, it's affecting people. I think everybody's got a misunderstanding about homeless shelter. It's going to cost it. There's a lot of things. It don't have to. It can be something. And people here
it costs a lot more money to put somebody in jail too, right?
right. It's been proved back. It costs more incarceration, everything. So if you just, something, a two-story like a gym over Salvation Army, I said you can have everything green technology, get with companies that have green technology for heating. You have like outdoor furnace with light heat, hot water. You can put hot air dryers. It can be so. And you look at it, it's gonna last 50 years. So 50 years span like 4 counties on the it'll be paid for. It's not gonna cost a county. And the people are gonna pay the way just like they do everywhere else. But people around here are really responding. So it's not the people in the community don't want it, the people do want it, it's just some guidance and what needs to be done to bring it together and make it happen.
What would help you and other people living on the streets right now? That's something that ordinary folks can do. What would help you?
Be honest with you, support exit zero. The thing I like to stress with people, maybe not look at the camera, but when there are so many different organizations donating to homeless, if you bring out bottled shampoo, bars of soap, and you try to give it to all different churches, most homeless only carry what's on their back, so you can't carry a lot of bars of soap. And if you have like Exit Zero support them, like a lot of things over there where they can help out in the here, or the churches or whatever, just set up a congregation to where a center can be where they come in and get what they need on a daily basis, rather than trying to carry all this, and then that gets on the way, and people see, well, what we're doing is they're not making use of it, but this way it would help out, but it's just really hard to carry so much stuff. No, just everybody's been real generous and appreciate it, and it's just, don't be intimidated by the homeless, that's all.
What if you had charge of the government? They turned control of the government over to the Reverend Dr. John Manzo for a day or for however long you need. You have total control, king for a day. What do you do to fix the problems that you see?
I'd like to have people have the ability to have decent housing at affordable prices, and health care at affordable prices.
What can ordinary folks do to help?
Everybody needs the food. We're always happy to take your clothing, and I would like to see some awareness sometimes from the community and a lot of the political leaders that this exists. I keep thinking. In the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson wrote life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I mean, it's really hard to pursue happiness if you have nothing to eat.